Thank you very much, and it's a real honor for me as the mayor to have this wall come to our city. And to you people sitting under this awning, you know, I've thought of some words what you can say to the families and the loved ones that have lost the people of Vietnam, and I don't know what the words would be, but I can tell you one thing, that I have lived the American dream. If I had to pick 70 years to live in this great country, I couldn't have picked a better 70 years than the last 70 years. And when we talk about the great generation in World War II, I've lived through 7 generations, and I think they've all been great. And I can remember World War II, and I can remember growing up, and I can remember putting cardboard in the bottom of my shoes because we weren't poor. You couldn't get shoes. We couldn't get gas. We couldn't get sugar. We couldn't get candy. We all made sacrifices. The wives and the loved ones were busy building airplanes and tanks and machinery, and we won that war. Korea, I can't think of anything worse than being over there in that cold weather, and today we're still in Korea. And when you think about Vietnam, I just can't imagine what it was like over there. The drugs, the not knowing who the enemy was, the Agent Green, and all the things that you went through, and this made this country free. And now we have the Persian Gulf, and the next one is the Afghanistan and non-Iraq. But the freedom's working. As you turn on the TV, everybody wants to come to America. As I'm speaking, probably 2,000 more people here in this great country. So no one has died in vain. And I just want you to know that those people that we're missing, you know, there's sometimes I think of veterans like your child. You just don't tell them enough how much you love them and how much you appreciate them. And I just want all of you to know that my family and me especially, there's 2 things that I'm thankful for, and that's God and my health and my freedom. And we wouldn't have that freedom without you people here today, and the motorcycle group, and watching this wall pull up yesterday was just a great privilege to be here. But I'd like to give a big round of applause for all the Veterans Club. We got 4 great clubs in Carlsbad that just do a tremendous job, and every Memorial Day and every Veterans Day, I just set those aside. Sometimes they ask me to speak, and sometimes they don't. But it's just a special time for me that I want to give back, and we've got that Vietnam Memorial over there. We've just built a new memorial with the Veterans Clubs and our Medal of Honor winner, Alejandro Reese. And we got a memorial there for Jason Cunningham, who lost his life in Afghanistan. And we have a memorial across the river for Officer Purtle. And we're going to continue to do more. I have a $50,000 commitment to start a wall along the river honoring all veterans from South Eddy County. We're applying for $150,000 from the government as I speak, and that's something I want to do. But let's give a big round of applause for all these veterans that have done such a great job. And for the first time in my life, I really enjoy seeing Orange from Artesia. But let's give the Artesia band and the Carlsbad Paper a big round of applause. Again, I hope you enjoy this memorial. It's going to be open 24 hours, and come down here. And 1 week from today, I was standing in Washington, D.C. at the wall, and I was up at the Lincoln Memorial, really, at the time. And I just looked down through the mall, and off to your left, if you've been there, some of you, Vietnam's off to the left, the Korean Wall Memorial's off to the right, and right straight ahead of you is World War II, and past it is the Washington Monument, and past it is the Capitol. And boy, what a great sight. And you know what a great country we have. It isn't perfect, but boy, we have a lot of opportunity. And I never dreamed that the quality of life that I would live that I'd have today. And I just can't thank all of you enough. And you know, one story I'd like to tell, and I know James Frost is back there, and Roger Sawyer, you know, and all those young men. And I didn't know many of them, Maxwell. And I went over there this morning. I wrote down their names. And you know, I just think of them all the time. But another person I think of is, you know, in 1950, there was a young man that ran 99 yards for a touchdown against Artesia. And later he went to the University of Denver and was a football star. And his name was Fred Mahaffey. In his junior year in college, he enlisted in the ROTC. And he made the military a career. Fred went to Vietnam 3 different tours he made. And Fred got to the rank of a 4-star general. He is the only New Mexican to ever receive that award. If Fred died 10 years later after the war, maybe from Agent Orange or from cancer, but he passed away. But Fred's somebody we need to remember, and I just think it shows what Carlsbad has done in the past. You look at World War II and the Bataan March and our sacrifices that we made there, and you look at Korean War, and you look at the Vietnam, it's just proud to be an American, and I think we have the greatest country and the greatest opportunity. But we wouldn't have it if it wasn't for you veterans, and I just can't tell you enough that what we're doing. But anytime we're setting up a memorial fund at the Carlsbad Foundation to try to help with the financing and paying for travel to the hospitals for the veterans of Lubbock and Albuquerque, El Paso, and anything you want to do. But anytime you have a problem, don't hesitate to give me a call. And if you want to help with the fund, we can always take a little bit more money. But again, I just want to thank all of you, and God bless each one of you, and God bless America. And thank you for letting me be a part of this.
Our next distinguished guest speaker